Hello, Lifeboat, can you hear me? Is the key. Can you hear me? You can. Fantastic. Okay, excellent. Yeah, well, looks like we'll be getting going in about 4 minutes. I think they're delaying the lobby a little bit, so people can install an update or whatever. What did I change this time? I'm in a party, so I'm in a party with a couple of drivers who I have muted, and I am also muted to them. I'm testing my theory that being in a party, or not being in a party, is what's causing my game to crash all the time. So, we'll see. I have thought as well, the other thing it could be is streaming to YouTube. But when I stream to YouTube with Sumo, if for ESRL, and for Tier 2 commentary, it never crashes. So that's probably not it, unless it's either an insane coincidence, or somehow not being in a party is causing my game to crash all the time. So we'll see. I'm going to be right back. I'm just going to grab my laptop charger because I've just seen that it is low on battery, so I'll be right back. Right, so I'm back. Well, looks like we're about to get underway, so I'm back just in time. So it's a bit different today for ESRL. It's going to be one-shot qualifying, and then a sprint race, and then the actual Grand Prix. I think it should be similar in terms of length of time to the standard short qualifying followed by the race. So yeah, it should be fun, I think. One shot and then a sprint, and then the full race. So we'll see. That's fine. That's fine. Full quali was about half an hour longer. So we do have another one of those this season. Get underway for one-shot qualifying. Everyone's going to get their setups in. Here we are in Austria for round 7 of Division 1 Season 3, and it's raining for one-shot qualifying. That's making things very interesting. So very much looking forward to seeing what happens here. Who's going to be on pole? I believe NER Ayrton isn't here today, the championship leader, so this is a huge opportunity for his rival, Nath Clark, to claw back some of those points that he's lost in the last few rounds to his own mistakes. He has to make sure he doesn't make any mistakes this time around. We're going to enable all of this, and we're going to switch to... who are we going to go to? I think we'll go to... let's go to... God, not Ayrton. Where's Avi? Avi, let's go to Avi in the Mercedes. So here he goes up towards turn 3. It's only light rain. They're on slick tyres, so it's extra difficult. Nath Clark currently on pole, but no, he's been beaten 2P1 by speed out of turn 3. Clearly a better exit for the South African there. Here comes Avi towards turn 4. You've got to commit properly, but you've got to be so careful and exit in this weather. This is treacherous conditions for the drivers here, and they've really got to bring out all of their driving instincts to perform well in this quali session. Avi now, the left-hander and the right, he's up to P2. Nath Clark is all the way down to P17. He must have had a spin. That's huge news for the championship challenger, and disaster for him. It looks like it's going to be pole to speed. Avi is going to be P2 with Myra in P3. Robin A, oh, a huge pole position for Speed Alcoholic by over a second. What a lap from the South African. Myra is P2, Robin A marginally P3, Avi down to P4 on the final timings. But Speed Alcoholic over a second faster than P2. What a lap that was from the man in the AlphaTauri. He will start from pole in the sprint race. Myra will join him on the front row with Robin A right behind in P3. Avi in P4, third row, Lostock and The Toe. Rick and Amir on the fourth row. Amir with an uncharacteristically poor qualifying there, down in P8. Trugster and Tebow make up row 5. Womax and Ted row 6. Neil and Scott row 7. Ayrton, DTS and Zuba the next row, and the last row of the grid will be our championship challenger who spun, he must have done, on his lap. Nath Clark and Aces versus Kings will be at the back of the grid. I'm very much looking forward to this. This could go absolutely anywhere. Thank you, Lifebout. Good luck on your race. Yeah, I'm a little under the weather today, so please excuse my voice if it's a bit hoarse or anything like that, because I am not feeling up to my best today, unfortunately. But still very much looking forward to this sprint race, and I will try and bring all the energy that I have to the commentary as always. But it was a dominant pole position for Speed Alcoholic. Can he carry it through the sprint race? We're about to find out. There's no formation lap, so we're going to get underway straight away. It's dry. It's 4, 5 red lights. That's a jump start there further back, and we're off, and Avi's been disqualified, in fact, from the session. It's carnage there on the grid. Everyone's getting drive-throughs. Myra's gotten a drive-through. It got caught out by Avi. It's a wonderful start for Speed. It's an AlphaTauri 1-2. Nath Clark already up to P8. How has he done that? What a start from P17 on the grid. He is up to P8. That is an insane start for Nath Clark, and he's going to go up to P7 there at turn 3, and it could be P6 by turn 4. Here he goes. He's got Tebow in his sights. The Alpine just ahead. Here comes the championship challenger down the inside into turn 4. It's a lovely move, but Tebow fights him. There's a bit of wheel-to-wheel contact, but Nath Clark gets through up to P6 in one lap. How on earth has he managed that? The Toe down to P16, a terrible start for him, and also Amir down 7 spots. Ayrton DTS with a great start, up 7 as well. But wow, what a chaotic start. There's people all over the grid having sort of confusion at the start. I think it was caused by Avi mainly. But it's absolutely bizarre start to this sprint race. Fastest lap from Speed, unsurprisingly, but wow, what a very strange start to this race. Lostock right behind Robinet, challenging for P2. I'm going to change to tyres. Everyone on mediums. Okay, so I don't need to change to tyres. I'll keep it on position changes as Lostock has the AlphaTauri of Robinet in his sights, but AlphaTauri looking for a massive 1-2 for the constructors. Nath Clark up to P5 now. He's gotten past Trugster on the straight, and he is on the charge now. There's still 11 laps to go, and I wouldn't put it past this man to, I mean, at least get himself on the podium. There are points on offer for this sprint. I believe it's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, all the way down to 10th. Get points in the sprint race. So it's going to be interesting to see who can get in that top 10. Rick is going to fight Nath Clark here to the penultimate corner. He's not going to just let the faster driver through. He is definitely not the sort of driver to do that, but he's gone very wide at the last corner. He's gotten away with it though, and Nath Clark has to keep following. Got Trugster just behind. I think this is the battle to keep an eye on. Myra's come into the pits for a drive-through. A really unfortunate start to the sprint race for Myra. We'll be hoping for a safety car to get back in it. But Nath Clark unable to make any moves on Rick. Much more ERS in the tank for the AlphaTauri, but Nath Clark can brake so much later into turn 3 than the Dutchman. But unable to make the move still, but up 12 positions. An absolutely dream start for Nath Clark. I would love to see his onboard for that start after this race. I will be asking him for that, I think. That is an absolutely insane start. Speed Alcoholic with the fastest lap at the moment, 107.1. We've got yellow flags in Sector 2. That's Ayrton DTS has had a spin, and he's down to P14, unfortunately, as Nath Clark continues to challenge Rick. Nearly gets him into the penultimate corner. They both go wide there on the exit, and now Rick going really wide. This is an opportunity for Nath Clark down the inside. He's going to have him into turn 1, I think. Rick unable to defend. Nath Clark still having the inside line. These two came to a collision in Saudi Arabia, remember, and Rick is going to fight this back. They're coming up to turn 3 now. Robinet and Lostock going side by side, and Lostock has made that position. Rick down the inside into turn 3. He's going to try and make the move, and he is going to make the move, but Nath Clark with the better exit. Is Rick going to continue to fight this? He's got the slipstream. He's got superior ERS, but I think he's going to let Nath Clark go, and yeah, he does. And the championship challenger up to P4. This is exactly what he needed to do and more. Absolutely incredible from him. He's showing why he's challenging NER Ayrton for this title this season. And it's, as I said, a huge opportunity, especially with more points being given for the sprint race. It's an extra costly week for NER Ayrton to miss out on. And Nath Clark in fantastic stead to retake the championship lead now. Further back, the toe trying to make a move on Scott. All the gaps are very close at the moment. We've got we've got a train for P2, and speed is 3 seconds up the road as Robinet now down the inside of Lostock. It's going to be done before the braking zone. Yes, it is. And we're back to an AlphaTauri 1-2 as Scott goes for a spin at turn 1 further back, unfortunately for him. But Robinet continuing to stay P2, but Lostock has now got to look both ways because Nath Clark is looking for a way through, as is Rick as well. He can't forget about the Alfa Romeo further back, but here comes Nath Clark now. He's gotten a better exit out of turn 4 than the Aston Martin, and he's already into the top 3. What an amazing sprint race this man is having. He's up to 3rd place, and I think Robinet is going to fall pretty quickly, and Nath Clark is going to be chasing after speed. The gap is 3.4 seconds. There's still 7 laps to go in this race. who knows what could happen here? Can Nath Clark do this? We've got yellow flags again. I think that's Tebow having a spin further back. That puts Myra up into P13. As Rick now down the inside of Lostock, who's lost us several positions in the same lap. And the Alfa Romeo up to P4. Lostock will fight this. And we've got to keep an eye on Nath Clark as well further up. Can he make the move on Robinet into turn 3? No, he can't. And Rick stays ahead of Lostock as well. So I'm going to keep on board with Nath Clark. But still unable to get through. And Robinet could do his teammate a massive favour here by keeping the Williams behind for as long as possible. And Nath Clark with a huge moment out of turn 4 somehow manages to save the car. But this gives Rick an opportunity down the inside for turn 5. And he's made it stick, but Nath Clark is going to hang it round the outside. They're not done yet. Still side by side. And Nath Clark gets back through again up to P3. Rick, could he fight him towards the penultimate corner? I don't think he will, even though he sees the flashing red light on the back of that Williams. And yeah, Rick backs out quite sensibly. We've got yellow flags further back. That's Zuba going for a spin now. But Nath Clark now has to regain all that time he lost. And I think that might now have put Speed Alcoholic out of range. That little mistake from the Williams. He's got no ERS left either. He's using overtake, but it's not going to do him much good with only 3%. So he could struggle to get past Robinet here before the end. There's still 5.5 laps left in this race. But I think Speed Alcoholic is clear and dry for this one. 3.6 is the gap. I don't think Nath Clark is catching that, even if he gets past Robinet on the next lap, which is looking increasingly likely, as long as he doesn't make any mistakes, although there is more ERS on that AlphaTauri, so you never know. Can he keep the Williams behind? AlphaTauri looking for a very important double podium in this sprint race to get themselves what would be, I believe, 18 points. And Ferrari all the way down in 10th and 16th. Neil standing in for NER Ayrton today, but Ferrari having a shocker of a sprint race. And they don't seem to be on the pace today, but the AlphaTauris are looking very, very good indeed. But here comes Nath Clark now. He's got the overtake done, I think. Round the outside he goes. Is it going to be before the corner? No. Robinet's going to use the ERS to try and keep him behind. They're side by side into turn 3. Nath Clark all the way around the outside. They're still side by side as they go through. Is Robinet going to get the DRS? Yes, he is. No, he's not. Neither of them get the DRS. So Robinet back down the inside with the superior battery power, and he makes the move stick. Nath Clark's going to go for the switchback, and they're still side by side on the run up to turn 5. I think Nath Clark's got it. He has a much better exit out of turn 4, and Robinet has done all he can to keep that Williams behind, and I think he's done Speed a massive favour there. The gap now up to 5 seconds, and I don't think even Nath Clark can hunt that down, especially with Speed having almost a full battery left in the tank. He has got this as long as he doesn't make any mistakes, but that doesn't mean Nath Clark isn't going to try and get him before the end. 4 laps to go in this sprint race. It's been very action-packed so far, with a chaotic start, with Avi messing up at the start. Bateau gets past Neil, and Neil loses a couple of places. Must have been a mistake out the last corner. No, he's left the session. That's why. It's his AI driving. So that's unfortunate for him, but more points lost for Ferrari, that means. So really, really important in terms of the championship, as Ayrton DTS right behind the toe, who's trying to challenge Ted for P9. Only the top 10 in this sprint race will score points, so it is quite a significant thing to get points. Neil is back in the session, but the gap he has lost is too much, and I don't think he's going to get back into the top 10 now, as Lostock continues to challenge Rick. What's the ERS look like? 38 to 49. They're both on the same sort of tyre wear, so Rick with a little bit more, but nothing too significant. As Rick now, Lostock now through turn 1. He's got the DRS. Does Rick have DRS? Doesn't look like it. The Alfa Romeo, no, he doesn't. So could be an opportunity for Lostock into turn 3. He looks to the inside, but doesn't make the move quite yet. going to wait, and there goes Rick. Oh no, the Dutchman does a 360, really well held, but he's going to be vulnerable to Trugster, and there we go, down to P6. He's going to be gutted with that because he was doing really well to keep P4, but it still could be a fantastic result for him today. The Toe up to P9 past Ted, who's now getting challenged by Ayrton DTS to P10, and Ted falls out of the points in this sprint race as we're on to lap 10, going on to lap 11 pretty soon. Ted tries to fight the Haas back, but to no avail there through turn 4. Rick in the Alfa Romeo still through, and a bit of a lag there, so it's difficult to tell where exactly he is on track. But he's going to look for a way back past Trugster to get himself back into P5. There's 2 laps to go for the Dutchman to do it. Nath Clark is caught by 1.2 seconds, but it's not enough. And Robinet doing a huge service to his teammate there, and it will be a deserved double podium for AlphaTauri if it stays the way it is. And now Rick right behind Trugster, who's made a mistake. He's gone very deep into turn 3. It's really easy to lock up there, and I think that's exactly what he did. And Rick back up into P5. He'll be relieved to be back in the top 5, and it will be a fantastic result for him in this sprint race, with the full race still to come, of course. Ayrton DTS looking for a way into P9. Not much time left to do it, as the Toe is recovering from his poor start. Zuba's retired in the pits. I don't blame him, running P17 out of the points. As DTS loses some time there. This is a great camera shot. I love this. Sort of helicopter shot. But we are on to the final lap now. And hopefully that retired Red Bull doesn't cause any problems as it comes out the pit lane. Because I know ghosting is off in ESRL, so no advantage is given there. Ayrton DTS right on the back of this Alpine now. DRS flicks open. Can he make the move? No, he's not got anywhere near enough ERS to make the move. The Toe should be able to keep this fairly close, fairly easily. So we're right on board with the sprint race leader, Speed Alcoholic. Pole position by over a second in the tricky conditions, and now he's going to win this race by 4.5 seconds. Robinet really helped him out by keeping Nath Clark down, but it is a huge sprint race victory for Speed Alcoholic. He comes across the line to win the Austria sprint race in ESRL with the fastest lap at the end. Nath Clark finishes P2 from 17th on the grid in 12 laps. Absolutely astonishing stuff from him to collect as many points as he could. Robinet on the sprint podium in P3. Great result for AlphaTauri. Double podium for them in the sprint. Full race still to come, remember, but yeah, great stuff for them. Amir down in P8 in the end. Womax up to P7. And Lostock finishes a good P4 with Rick in P5. He'll be very happy to be in the top 5, I'm sure. I believe Scott will be the last across the line. There he goes. So there is your sprint race. Remember, the full race still to come. And a well-deserved driver of the day for Nath Clark, that's for sure. So, Speed Alcoholic wins the sprint race in Austria. I believe that will be 10 points to his name. I will just double check. I was sent it. It's all the way down to 8th, not 10th. Okay, my fault for that. I thought it was down to 10th, but no. 8th gets 3 points, and then all the way up to 10 points for first place. So Amir will get the point, the last few points for the sprint. But Speed Alcoholic takes the full 10 points, and it's 18 points for AlphaTauri in the end. And I'll just scroll all the way down for the results. I don't have time now to read them all out, unfortunately, but there we go. Sprint race complete, and now on to the main event. And now on to the main event, he says, hoping that the game moves on to the main event after the time has gone down. Please? Hello? Codemasters, are you okay? What's happened here? Let's see if anyone else is struggling to move on. Neil has left the session. Okay, it looks like it's frozen for everyone else, so thank goodness it's not just me. Yeah, that's pretty unfortunate. Could have gotten P3-4. Yeah, you really could have, Rick. I think Robin was a bit too fast for you in the end, but you definitely could have gotten 4th without the spin, but still a good recovery. And top 5 finish for you. Well done. So yeah, the lobby is frozen for everyone else, thankfully. Oh, hello! Hello, hello, hello. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Are we resetting the lobby? I think we're resetting the lobby. Okay. Yeah, I think we're resetting the lobby. I'm just waiting for an official confirmation. But I think that is what's happening. So far, no crashes. Touch wood. Game hasn't crashed yet. So maybe my theory does hold water. Okay, we are resetting the lobby. Alright. So I'm gonna go ahead and quit. And I'm gonna reset the game. I've been told to reset the game, so I will end this stream and restart another stream. Yeah, alright. So I'm going to end this stream and keep an eye on the channel because the new stream will start up as soon as I'm in the new lobby. So keep an eye on things, and I will be right back for the Austrian Grand Prix.